Educational psychology is a relative young subject that has experienced a tremendous amount of growth in recent years. Psychology didn't emerge as a separate science until the late 1800s. So, early interest in educational psychology was largely fueled by educational philosophers. Many regard philosopher Johann Herbert as the father of educational psychology. Herbert believed that a student's interest in a topic had a tremendous influence of the learning outcome. He believed teachers should consider his when deciding which type of instruction is the most appropriate. Later, psychologist and philosopher William James made a significant contribution to the field. His seminal 1899 text Talks to Teachers on Psychology is considered the first textbook on educational psychology. Around the same period, French psychologist Alfred Binet has developed his famous AQ test. The tests were originally designed to help the French government identify children who had developed the bills and create special education programs. In the United States, John Dewey had a significant influence on education. Dewey's ideas were progressive. He believed schools should focus on students rather than of subjects. He advocated active learning, arguing that hands-on experience was an important part of the process. More recently, educational psychologist Benjamin Bloom developed an important taxonomy designed to categorize and describe different educational objectives. The three top-level domains he described were cognitive, affective, and psychomotor learning objectives. The modern era. Contemporary fields of learning and motivation. Educational psychologists have studied cognition, instruction, learning, motivation, individual difference, and the measure of human abilities. Perhaps the study of learning is the most closely associated with education. Different theories of learning have had different impacts on education and have supported different practices. Ask should behavioral views of learning, and ask should cognitive views of learning, constructive theory of learning. The constructive theory of learning perspective on learning and teaching are increasingly influential today. These views are already in the research of Piaget, Lev Vygotsky, the Gaslit psychologists Frederick Berdel, and Bronner, as well the progressive educational psychology. Future of educational psychology. The world and technology advance day by day. In the future, perhaps we will have to use the artificial intelligence. We will see robots in the classroom helping in the control of students, because in our country, many educational institutions don't have the necessary personnel to maintain the control of the class, especially in the first years of basic education, in which more control and care is needed. A technological contribution to the education of children and young people is the use of holograms within the class hours, so his class will be more interactive and dynamic. In addition, the cognitive development of students will be strong-headed, increasing their interest in the subjects.